Okay, this is going to be part 2 of our break tonight, and I'm checking to see if this fixed whatever problem that was occurring with apparently some video quality issues. So everything was shut down and brought back up. And now I'm going to get, hopefully chat's going to load here for me in a second. And then you guys are going to be able to tell me if this has resolved the problem or not. Because I rebooted everything, every single possible thing. The broadcast software, the laptop, the modem, the router, the whole thing. Okay, so Cran says that he thinks it's a YouTube issue because YouTube is having outages all across the eastern U.S. He says probably because of these terrible storms that we've had in the last few hours. And apparently there's been a big spike in reported YouTube issues. Marissa, you said it seems a lot better to you so far, so you feel like we're in good shape to carry onward and open up Prizm football here, because what I don't want to do, of course, is get in the middle of Prizm football and then have it, where you can't see it and it drops out and we have to, go in the middle, because right now that case is all nice and tidy and not opened. So in the meantime, while we're waiting to make sure that everything's going to be streaming okay, I'm setting our focus back one more time. I'm going to put the spreadsheet information up again. Whoops, except I forgot to reload the spreadsheet information. So you saw a black screen there for a minute. Let me get that back up real quick. And we'll recap what we already did, which if you happen to be later watching an uploaded, recorded version, Flawless Basketball and the mini helmets are going to be on a completely different video. This is only going to have Prizm football on it. Now, this is where we're going to be with it. This is what you need to know if you haven't seen it yet about shipping. So the free shipping stuff, the mini helmets and Flawless Basketball, which we already opened, and that's on the other video, anticipated to ship out a week from today. The free shipping stuff is always anticipated to get out the door about a week after the fact, although often I'm able to get it out sooner. Plan on Tuesday, a week from today. Be happily surprised if I get it out faster than that. Prizm football, if we end up breaking it tonight, which hopefully we're going to be able to, we're looking at Saturday probably to get that shipped out the door. If I can get it to you faster, I will. If something goes really weird and haywire, it could slide to Monday, but hopeful that it will be Saturday. Consolation cards won't apply to Prizm football, but for the mini helmets and the Flawless, which again we've already opened in another video, on those, if you happen to get skunked, your consolation card typically would be held and shipped with your next package simply because they are free shipping breaks. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90 days. And if you don't want to wait for that and you would like to have it sent right away and you were in one of the free shipping breaks, then just send me a message. Let me know. We'll get you taken care of. So this is what we're looking at, a 12-box case break of 2018 Prizm football. It is a full case break, break number 4. Team names on the left, winning bidders, of course, across from it there on the right-hand side. And looks like a couple of you are saying it's working okay, and a couple of you are saying that you're still having some problems with it. So, yikes, I don't quite know what's going on there. Cran says he's still having problems with it jumping around. Life Talking says it seems to be working for them. House says it's better but not perfect. So, guys, are we good to move onward and upward with this? I'm just getting random and a couple of websites loaded that I normally have open. So as soon as I get that set up here for the broadcast, we'll be ready to move forward. Provided that the quality is such on your end that you think we're good to go. Why is that not wanting to? Oh, because I put a typo in, that's why. All right, there's our... All right, so now I think I've got everything set back up to work with the broadcast software. All right, DM's good, Wicked City's good, everybody's good. All right, perfect. Here we go then. You know what? Somebody had asked me, though, let's do this real quick. Somebody asked me to recap Flawless again. They said they had trouble seeing it a while ago, so let's recap that real quickly again as well. Spurs, Paul Gasol to 15. Patrick Ewing and the Knicks to 25 with the game-worn relics. Tom Gugliotta to 25 for the Phoenix Suns. Alex English to 25 for the Nuggets. Malik Monk to 5 for the Hornets. Then we have Dominique Wilkins for the Hawks to 25. Rick Barry for the Warriors. What was that, number 2? 25. Isaiah Thomas, numbered to 10 for the Lakers. One of our encased cards goes to the Warriors. You got 2 little diamond chips, one on either side. That is Jordan Bell. Our other encased hit was a rookie RPA to 25 of Markelle Fultz for the Sixers. So that's the flawless basketball recap that someone had asked for earlier. So that seemed like everything is okay. Yeah, House 999, I knew that the recording part would be okay because that's done locally. And since I was not getting any error messages on my side locally, I knew if I kept going recording-wise that we would have no problems. You'd be able to see it fine on playback. But obviously I want you guys to be able to see it live, so that's why I took it down, brought it back up, and was hoping if it was a YouTube thing, it would, correct itself. And then you guys came back and said that YouTube is having massive outages tonight. So it sounds like that's what we've got going. Life Talking says it's loading like your internet is not working. And now Wicked City Rip says it's doing the same thing on his. But again, on my side, it is not showing any problem. So I do think this is a YouTube deal, guys. So before I bust this case, let's see what's going on here. I'm also typing this right now in case you can't hear or see part of it, because I don't know how much is coming through or not coming through. So let's just see. It's going to be up to you guys if you want me to carry on with it or if you want it rescheduled. It's going to be up to you entirely. Life Talking says it now shows offline for them, so you probably can't even see what I'm typing in. I'm going to wait and see if anybody responds to that or not. All right, Life Talking says you're good to continue. House says do the break and then upload. Okay, perfect. That's what we're going to do. So understand this, guys. If YouTube like completely crashes and burns and just like goes to a complete outage, once this case is cracked open, I'm going to keep right on going with the break. And then if YouTube comes back and picks it back up part of the way through, cool. If they don't, I will have the locally recorded version that I can upload. I haven't actually physically uploaded the last break yet, but what you were seeing there from that first part of the break tonight is actually the version that YouTube saved and archived themselves. So the fact that you could see that without any issues tells me that it is definitely a YouTube kind of system error somewhere along the way. But anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to rock on with this, and once I finish it tonight, normally I don't upload it until the next day because I kind of have to sit and babysit it and make sure it goes through and all that jazz. But tonight I will go on and upload fairly shortly after the break ends. And if someone is watching the uploaded part, this is part 2. So if you're watching this and you're looking for Prizm, and you're looking for Flawless Basketball or the mini helmets, you'll want to go to the other video from tonight, just as an FYI for later down the road. So Prizm, you can see here we have a 12-box case, and in our nice little 12-box case, we're going to have all kinds of hits and awesome stuff. Each one of our boxes should have 3 autographs in it. We'll find a large number of parallels and numbered cards and things as we go along. We'll find a few base silver Prizms. We may find some Panini Rewards Points cards. When we find those, it means that a hit has been replaced with one of those rewards cards. So sometimes that happens to us. If that happens tonight, any rewards cards that we pull will be given out using random.org at the end of the break. And for the most part, we're going to kind of cut a path through most of this stuff because there are a lot of base cards in here. So we're not going to spend an inordinate amount of time on the base cards. We'll spend a little bit longer on some of the other stuff as we go along. So rookie introductions. This one is Nick Chubb for the Browns. We'll find plenty of the rookie introductions with varying players. Each one of those will be a refractor. This is, oh gosh, why do I always want to call this the wrong pattern name? Might be called Hype. I'm not 100% sure that that's what it's called, but it might be. At any rate, anytime you see it, it's going to be numbered to 275. So whenever you see that kind of tie-dye, green, yellow sort of deal going on there, understand that that is going to be numbered to 275. And I think Hype or Hyper, one of those two, I think is that pattern name. Here's our silver prism. It is for DeAndre Hopkins and the Texans. So Houston Texans hit with a silver prism. Those are not numbered, but they are significantly harder to hit this year in Prizm football than they have been in past years. In the past, they were always hard to hit in basketball, but more plentiful in football. And they switched it up this year, so it's a little harder to hit in football just like it is in basketball. Simi Cobbs Jr. for the Redskins is our first autograph out of this box. First autograph out of anything tonight, actually, because this is the first box. Boy, I've made a mess, didn't I? I was just, I don't know, I knocked something over, made a big mess. Kid Reporter cards. If you need one of the codes off of there to enter your kid into that contest, feel free to just pause the video and write one down. I got no problems with that. I can put these in sleeves later. We'll do that later. Die cut to 199, Calvin Ridley for the Falcons. Anytime you see the die cut to blue like that, it's going to be numbered to 199. When we see die cuts that are orange, which we'll find plenty of those too, they are numbered to 249. And here's Blue Scope. This Blue Scope is for Jared Goff and the Rams, and Blue Scope is numbered 299, straight up 99. And you guys are saying it's going, I'm just kind of watching chat over there. Some of you guys are saying it's going offline and then it's coming back on and it's jumping in and out. And guys, I am sorry, that is not on my side. That is a YouTube issue. A couple of you reported it's going on apparently all across the eastern U.S. But from my side, I don't see any problems with any error messages or signal strength or CPU usage or anything. So I think we are looking, unfortunately, at some kind of weird YouTube outage going on tonight. Rashad Penny and the Seahawks is our second out. So DM Breaker said it went back out. And then House 999 says it's going in and out. So guys, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully YouTube's going to get themselves sorted out somewhere through the midst of this break. This is Aaron Rodgers stained glass for the Packers. The stained glass are not numbered, but they're also not very plentiful, usually one or two a case. Again, when we have the die cut that are orange, we'll show you the back of this one for reference, but they're going to be numbered to 249. So the blue ones are to 199, the orange ones to 249. Gran says in chat, YouTube must really not want this break to happen. I don't imagine it's just our break. I would imagine there's, since it's out all across the eastern U.S., you guys said, I imagine there's lots of people experiencing this same entertaining scenario with lovely YouTube deciding one minute it's going to work and the next minute it's not going to cooperate with us. So that's always fun. Hopefully it will pick back up there shortly. But, you know, I mean, once the box and the case is open, guys, I got to keep rolling. That's why we talked about it a little bit before we opened the case, to make sure that's everybody was comfortable with that. So Minkah Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins is our third autograph out of this box, and that is the 3 that we were looking for out of here. Now we have a nice little green crystal Arden Key for the Raiders. That's to 75. Pretty sure that Panini is sticking with crystal for the description when they're higher numbered, and then when it's like to 23 and 25, they're calling it what we're used to more so, which is cracked ice. Cran says, you have a feeling this isn't going to go away anytime soon. Yeah, I agree with you, Cran. It seems like we're kind of launching in and out. So you're going to just head out and watch the upload tomorrow. I can't say that I blame you, man. It does seem like YouTube's going to be having some fits tonight. This is a Derek Carr insert that says hype. Those are not numbered. Here's Red Wave LeGarrette Blunt to 149 for the Lions. Anytime we see Red Wave, you know that will be to 149. So that kind of gives you a rundown of what things will be numbered to as we go along. Die cut for the Saints, Marshawn Lattimore to 199 on the blue. I see another Red Wave in our future. Oh, Hall of Fame insert, Steve Young. The Hall of Fames all refract but aren't numbered. Marquise Goodwin for the 49ers. That's another Red Wave. Once again, the Red Waves are numbered to 149. And I think I see what I'm going to call this Hyper. That may not actually be right, but I think it's either Hyper. And that's Ronnie Harrison for the Jags. It'll be numbered to 275. So yeah, I don't know right now how many of you are actually able to get YouTube stable enough to be on live or not, but hopefully it's going to get itself sorted out. They actually did this to us not too awfully long ago, but it was different in the sense that I couldn't even get like my channel page to launch. So in other words, I could stream fine, and I could show that I was streaming, and I could see that I was streaming, but if I tried to launch my channel page, which is what you guys would have to be able to launch to watch a break, it wouldn't launch the page at all. And finally, about, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes into the break, it fixed itself, and, you know, we were good to go. But that's been within the last couple of months anyway. So maybe YouTube needs to hire themselves some more engineers so they can keep their stuff up and running. That would be what I would say, anyway. Instant Impact, that will always be a rookie, and they will refract, and they are not numbered. That one, Dante Pettis to 149. There's another Marquise Goodwin. We just saw one of those a moment ago for the 49ers. And then we have numbered to, oops, before we get to that, we've got a different insert, and this is a Hall of Fame tribute insert. And that one's Randy Moss and the Raiders, and those also are not numbered unless we find a parallel, in which case, of course, I would call it out. Numbered to 249, a die-cut Foreman for the Texans. And, of course, I will, on some of the lower numbered stuff, be going back to put it in sleeves later. But I'm just, for the purposes of kind of keeping things moving tonight, we're not going to do that as we go on most of it anyway. There's T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. That is Hype or Hyper, something like that. It's to 275, whatever we're calling it. And a silver Prizm, and it's a rookie. I like that. Silver Prizm, Nick Chubb for the Browns. Carlton Davis, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is our first autograph out of this box. Yeah, it's always been super interesting to me. The difference in Prizm basketball and Prizm football is so dramatic in the sense that the silver prism value in basketball has always been so good, and in fact, oftentimes worth more than the autograph cards. Marshall Falk Hall of Fame insert, a die-cut Jerick McKinnon to 249 for the 49ers. And then you'd get to football, and the silver prisms, you know, didn't have as high a value. And I think that's because of the fact that they used to put in so many more silver prisms than they did, you know, in basketball. So now that they've changed that, I would hope that we would maybe see a little increase in desirability and value on our base silver prisms in football too, hopefully. Denzel Ward, that's a nice one for the Browns. Really nice rookie you've got there for Cleveland, and a good hit for Denzel Ward. Actually, he was a rookie last year, wasn't he? Did I say, was he? Yeah, he was last year, right? Or was he this year? Well, maybe he was this year. Browns have so many players. I got to think about who's who. Myles Garrett was last year. So, yeah, Denzel Ward is this year, I guess. Either way, it's a hit for the Browns. It's a good thing. Everybody likes hits. I do still have a few more cases of Prizm. I'll be working them in over the course of the next probably week or so, the next 7-8 days, something like that. Of course, we hit a new release day tomorrow, so we'll have to spend some time opening some of that. But we will get back into Prizm and finish up a couple of those cases by the end of next week, probably. Geno Atkins and the Bengals, that's a die cut to $199. Scott, you said it's a ridiculous game tonight. See, I was wondering if anybody would be in chat, because I know you guys have all said buffering and YouTube outages and everything's keeping the broadcast from going smoothly. So I wasn't sure I'd be able to get any scores. But Scott, you said that it is a ridiculous game, and you're asking if I'm watching it. No, man, I can't watch it when I'm working. No. So I'm not. But it sounds like we're getting thumped from what you're saying. Kiko Alonso to 75 for the Dolphins. So, Scott, how bad is it? I'm assuming it's going to be one of those games that, like, I've taped and I will just immediately delete. That is Matt Ryan on a hype insert. LeGarrette Blount for the Lions. That is a red wave numbered to 149. So, Scott, I'm sure it's going to be depressing to me, but tell me what the current score is, just so I have a handle on how bad things are. Why I want to know how bad it is, I don't know. Marcel Aitman die cut for the Raiders. That was to 199 in the blue parallel. Duke dropped 59 in the first half. Wow. What do we have, like 10? Like, if you said the way you say it, it makes me feel like we have no points. Like, how badly are we getting beat, Scott? It sounds like it's really bad. Josh Rosen, numbered to 99, is our little RPA. Nice hit for the Arizona Cardinals. That is, of course, a case hit. You've got the relic and autograph there on the RPA coming out for Arizona. Number to 275, that's Gesicki and the Dolphins. Yeah, Scott, I know there's something going on with it. Again, for anybody who has jumped in late in the midst of all this, YouTube is apparently having all kinds of outages tonight, all across the eastern half of the United States. So from what I can tell at the moment, feeds are coming in and dropping out and coming in and dropping out, and it's a big hot mess. So we did, after we did the early part of the break, which was the mini helmets and flawless, and it was apparent that there were some issues. So at that point, we decided collectively as a group, we took a vote. Everything got taken down and rebooted. I did not think it was on my end, but I wanted to make sure. So we rebooted the computer, the broadcast software, the router, the modem, the whole deal. Took us 10 plus minutes. Got back up and running. Still having the same old problems. And I don't have any error messages on my side, guys, but I am aware that YouTube is having outages. So for anybody who's looking for the early stuff, which is already completed, the mini helmets and the flawless basketball, it's on a separate video, and I believe that the YouTube archived version came out clean from what I'm told, and it's already up there, so I think you can already watch it. I will upload in 2 different breaks. Break A, which will be the flawless and the helmets. And then after we finish Prizm tonight, of course, then I will, after I upload break A, we'll upload break B, which is this part, just Prizm football. CJ Mosley and the Ravens, that's numbered to 275. But for sure, guys, I know there's stuff going on with YouTube, and we kind of we discussed it and decided to go onward and upward since the recorded version will have everything. So there's Terrell Davis. That is a Hall of Fame insert. This is Randall Cobb and the Packers, a die cut to 199. House 999 says it's still a bad feed, and Life Talking 101 says it'll be fine once it's uploaded. Yeah, should have no problems with the upload, because that is something I literally record locally to my laptop, and then I just upload it from my laptop, so it really doesn't have anything to do with YouTube, other than, obviously, YouTube has to allow the upload, but other than that. Alex Smith to 149 for the Redskins. As long as YouTube isn't so out of whack tonight that it would reject my upload, then yeah, it'll be fine. You won't have any disruptions in the locally recorded version. And here we have Isaiah Crowell for the Jets is our silver Prizm. And Derek Noddy, numbered to 49 for the Kansas City Chiefs, an autograph hit. That's on a checkerboard, I believe is the name of that pattern. We all know I am terrible with the pattern names, but I think that's what it is. That was Hype Aaron Rodgers. The Raiders with a die cut to 199 with Arden Key. And a rookie introduction, Ronald Jones for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Carson Wentz to 275. But yeah, YouTube doesn't have a whole lot of outages, but it seems like when they have them, they always take out like big chunks of something. It's not like a little tiny area of the country, like it'll be half the country when it happens. Minka Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins, that's a die cut to 249. But we have had a lot of severe weather kind of in the eastern half of the U.S. last night, overnight, into today. So, I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with whatever's going on with YouTube tonight. This will be numbered to 25. It's for the Broncos, Troy Fumagalli, and it's actually number 1 of 25. How about that? First in the series, always a bonus. Hi, Ginger. I don't remember any Patriots hits. I don't think so. We really haven't gotten a lot open yet because we had to, stop and reboot things and kind of try to get rolling to make sure it was a YouTube thing and not a local issue. And we were doing process of elimination there. To 149, Jair Alexander and the Packers. So we're only 3 boxes into this 12-box break. An insert for Joe Montana and the 49ers. Those also are not numbered. To 207, excuse me, to 275, that was Carlton Davis. A redemption, we're going to set it over there in our housekeeping area off to the left. We will flip it over at the very end of the break because, yeah, I know I'm mean like that, but it gives us something to look forward to, right? That's the way I look at it anyway. John Kelly and the Rams. He just about managed to sign off of the sticker on that one. So there's our little housekeeping redemption. He's just going to sit right up there, and we'll probably have some other things to join him before it's all said and done, would be my guess. We typically find a handful of redemptions and occasionally some panini points and odds and ends, things like that. I wish I could tear these wrappers. There's only certain wrappers that you can like grab and tear all the way down. It's some of the Topps wrappers you can do it with, and some of them you can't easily do it with. I can never get it to work with the Panini wrappers. Always have to go about it the long, hard way with Panini, don't we? All right, let's take a look and see what we've got at this point. Our silver Prizm, Josh Rosen. The Cardinals already had the nice rookie RPA for Rosen. Now you've got a silver Prizm to go along with it. So if you're Arizona, a couple of nice ones coming out for you so far. Deshaun Hand and the Detroit Lions autograph. That's to 275 Clowney for the Texans. And let me get those set aside. Over there on our happy little sorting mat. Sony Michel rookie introductions for the Patriots to 275. That's Earl Thomas and the Seahawks. Sorting mat sounded like sorting hat, didn't it? Like Harry Potter. Anybody else read Harry Potter ever? Or maybe see the movies? Tim Brown, Hall of Fame insert for the Raiders. There's a nice little checkerboard. Royce Freeman for the Broncos to 49. That's what happens when you try to say checkerboard and you try to say Royce before you have checkerboard all the way out, and it comes out checker boy, right? Yeah, so I seem like some of these guys who like to catch the ball and start running before they secure it and then they drop it. Yeah, that's what it was. Started saying Royce before I finished saying the other. Darius Geis and the Redskins, die cut to 249. Hi, Latchman. If you are just getting here, Latchman, YouTube is having all kinds of problems tonight. And apparently the feed is dropping in and out and going offline and coming back online and all kinds of craziness. So if some stuff happens, you will know why. New Orleans Saints to 149 with a red wave. I'm kind of hoping maybe it's going to resolve itself shortly, if it hasn't already, but I would hope so anyway. Ah, Latchman, you said you can see that. So it must still be having problems then. All right. I don't know. Crazy YouTube. It's great when it works. We cuss it when it doesn't. But still, what would we do without technology? We wouldn't be able to do fun stuff like this, that's for sure. To 75, it's Kalen Ballage and the Dolphins. I see an illumination insert coming up. Those, again, are refractors and they're not numbered. That particular one is Derek Carr for the Raiders. Todd Gurley to 149 for the Rams. A lot of the illuminations are falling. I don't know. I'd say we're probably finding maybe 2 or 3 of those a case on average. So it's not a super common insert, but it's not like a totally uncommon insert anyway. House 999, the upload, okay, let's pause for a second. The upload is absolutely going to work, because so I'm going to try to make this say this so this will make sense to you guys. So when I'm live streaming, that relies on the internet, right? Okay, so that relies on YouTube allowing the stream to come through and broadcasting and all that. So that's completely dependent upon if their side of things is working and if the live stream is working, right? So that's what's happening right now. YouTube is having technical difficulties, and that's why you're having problems with the stream dropping in and out. Part number 2 is me having this camera plugged directly into my own computer and recording this break directly to my own computer, which does not require the internet in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I could disconnect myself from the internet and still record something and save it on my computer. Then when the internet came back on, I would be able to upload it to YouTube. So basically, if YouTube is having problems tonight and for some reason won't allow an upload, that will not affect the break that is recorded on my laptop. So if YouTube fixed itself in the morning, for instance, I mean, like, hopefully it'll be fixed tonight, but if it didn't allow me to upload tonight, I'm sure it would be fixed by morning, and I would just simply upload it tomorrow. So there's no real way for what I'm recording locally from my camera to my own laptop computer. There's no way for that to be messed up unless I suddenly lost power. Like if I lost electricity, then I would not be able to do that. Or if my laptop, blew up or my camera broke. But outside of those 3 things, nothing else is going to affect that. Roquan Smith and the Chicago Bears. So you don't ever have to worry about that sort of thing. That's why on the original break, before we decided that you guys wanted me to completely tear it down and reboot it, I had just kept the local recording going. There wouldn't have even been a gap in it when I uploaded it. That's a Joe Montana insert, unnumbered. This is numbered Stephon Diggs for the Vikings, numbered to 249. But then, of course, once I stopped all of the broadcast software and rebooted the computer and all that, obviously then I had to, you can't locally record when you have the computer off, which we had to do to reset everything. So that's why there's going to be 2 different videos tonight. Brandon Marshall and the Seahawks, that's a die cut to 199. Yeah, Latchman, you're saying you think they're overloaded because it's election night. I mean, that's always possible, but really I think it probably has more to do with all the storms. Someone reported earlier it seems to be mostly in the eastern half of the U.S. Danny Etling for the Patriots. And that would make sense because we've had a lot of storms. My storms here were mostly last night, overnight. I haven't really had any this evening, but I know there are other parts of the eastern U.S. who really have had quite severe weather today as well. Mine was in the overnight hours. So that's probably a large part of what's going on with whatever problems YouTube has at the moment. That would be my guess anyway. But there shouldn't be any problem, House 999, with the video. I mean, again, assuming that YouTube allows the upload, I will get the upload done tonight. Instead of waiting until tomorrow, I'll just stay up and make sure it's done tonight. If for some reason YouTube is not allowing uploads tonight, like if they're way jacked up and you can't even get something uploaded, then of course I would have to wait until tomorrow to upload it. But barring any unforeseen consequences, it will upload tonight. So that's a stained glass Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. I believe that's our second stained glass that we have pulled tonight, if memory serves. Again, those usually come out 1 or 2 per case. Numbered to 275, Emmanuel Sanders and the Broncos. That's a die cut TJ Watt for the Steelers, numbered to 249. A hype Deshaun Watson for the Texans, Andy Dalton, numbered to 75 for the Bengals. And I tell you, the slick surfaces on these cards especially when they're in sleeves like they are over there. They love to kind of slide around. These things make me kind of crazy sometimes. Christian McCaffrey to 199, die cut, Carolina Panthers. So, oh man, I hear one of my cats is about to get crazy here on the little kitten, I think. I'm gonna have to see if boy, if you hear blood curdling whatever in a minute, you'll know what it is. That the girl cat attacked the little baby kitten. He's not a baby anymore, though. I guess he's about a year. But Rashawn Evans for the Titans is our silver prism. Behind that, we have a Jordan Akins autograph for the Texans. And, of course, we will recap, well, that's that Kid Reporter thing. We'll recap our hits at the end of the break tonight here as well. Joshua Jackson for the Packers. That is a blue scope. Those are always going to be to 99. Well, when they're unsigned, they're always going to be to 99. Sometimes Panini does weird stuff and tops too, and something like that's always to 99 when it's unsigned. Sometimes the signed parallel version will be numbered differently for whatever reason. Sorry guys, I got up for just a second to try to get the kitten to move because I think we were about ready to have a big throwdown up here, and oh yeah, nobody needs that. Instant Impact Dante Pettis for the 49ers. This is numbered to 49. It's Vernon Davis and the Redskins. Red Wave to 149, Sean Lee and the Cowboys. Boy, that was kind of dismal there, that game, Cowboys and Titans. Like, good grief. Titans turned the ball over 800 times and then still somehow won the game. They didn't turn it over 800 times, but you know what I mean. Carlton Davis, Tampa Bay Buccaneers autograph. Of course, my Steelers play Thursday night football this week, so I'll be seeing them again pretty soon. To 275, Big Ben. But they flexed us out of a couple of Sunday night games. That's Drew Brees and the Saints, Illumination. Leighton Vander Esch to 249 for the Cowboys. Yeah, apparently, you know, Steelers-Jags was supposed to be a Sunday night football game, and because the Jags have been playing, let's just say, not very well, there's another redemption, 2 up there in our housekeeping area now. They decided to flex the game, so I lost one primetime Steelers game there, and I want to say there's another Sunday night game that was going to be Steelers, and can't think who the other team was, but it was another one where the opposing team isn't playing as well as everybody thought they would be playing, and I think we got flexed out of one of those too, so that's kind of a drag for me anyway. But I do think it's good that they can flex out some of that stuff, because sometimes, you know, like the 49ers, they had the 49ers in a ton of marquee spots, thinking, of course, it's still going to be Jimmy G. And then he went down with the ACL, so they flexed them out of some of those spots. But then guess what, man? What about this Mullins kid, right? I mean, they may have to put the 49ers back in. If Mullins has another game like he had the first game, QB coming off the practice squad just lit the place up. So I don't know. 49ers might not be a lost cause after all this year. I'll be interested to see what happens. I think they said they're starting him this week. So Derwin James to 199, Red Wave Chargers. Which, let's face it, I mean, why would you not start him again? The kid was fantastic mean, like, no nerves, coming in off the practice squad, first game in the big leagues, and he just carves them up like he had been doing it his whole life. It was really kind of crazy. Mark Andrews /75, green crystal Ravens. So I don't know. I'll be interested to see what he does going forward. There's a hype Eagles Carson Wentz, Earl Thomas for the Seahawks, die cut to 199. And I bet you if they do start him, which I think they're planning to, I can guarantee you that Panini is going, oh no, and immediately trying to produce some Nick Mullins cards and get a Nick Mullins autograph deal signed so they can put his rookie cards in something. Like maybe Contenders would be great. Naheem Hines and the Colts to 149. But I don't know. That might be too fast of a turnaround. This is Bradley Chubb rookie introductions for the Broncos. Because Contenders comes out in December. They may not have time to get Mullins worked in there by then. Rashawn Evans and the Titans to 275. Our silver Prizm is MJ Stewart for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Behind that, we have a Luke Falk autograph for the Titans. Oh, well, that split the sleeve, didn't it? And just by the way, the Giants kept Kyle Lauletta. Like, right? Were you guys heard about that story? He got arrested, the whole traffic incident, and then allegedly, you know, getting really close to the cop with the car when the cop was telling him not to make the turn. So, you know, various traffic violations and nearly running over an officer, etc. Got him tossed into jail. And I think we all kind of wondered if the Giants were going to cut ties with him after that, because he's third string, right? Quarterback for the Giants. But no, they did not. I was kind of surprised, but they didn't. That's probably just another indication that Eli's going to find himself warming the bench again before too awfully much longer. I mean, that happened last season, but then they didn't stick to it. They probably should have, but they didn't. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, die cut to 249. But I'd say Eli's days are possibly numbered. Kurt Warner, Hall of Fame insert, Greg Olsen to 249 for the Panthers. That's a blue scope to 99, Alshon Jeffrey and the Eagles. To 275, Von Miller and the Broncos. Latchman, you're out of here. All right, man. Well, have a good night. Deshaun Hamilton and the Broncos, die cut to 249. There's an Emmitt Smith Cowboys. Marcus Mariota for the Titans. That is to 75 with green crystal. We are halfway through. We've opened 6. We have 6 left to go. And I don't know what time we got started back with this after we had to take the break to see if we could get YouTube situation resolved. But I don't know. I think these Prizm breaks are taking probably close to an hour and a half. They take a long time. I think that's partially due to the fact that you can't, you know how like with regular cards you can like slide, and you can go through them that way? Even though it seems like it wouldn't make that much of a difference, it does actually take a lot longer when you can't slide them across one another. You know, you have to lay them down one at a time. I guess when you do that over the number of cards in the case, maybe that's the difference. I mean, technically, you could slide these across each other with the coating the way it is these days. In the early days of Prizm or Chrome, no way could you have done that. You would have damaged them. Fred Warner and the 49ers is an autograph hit. But with the coating on there the way it is these days, it really wouldn't hurt it, I don't think. But habits, so we still do it the old way. Be on the safe side. Deshaun Jackson, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gold to 10. That was number 2 of 10. I see a red wave coming here, and oh, there's another illumination Drew Brees, a red wave Josh McCown for the Jets. A blue die cut A.J. McCarron for the Bills to 199. House 999, you said that the feed is cutting out like every 3 or 4 seconds. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I mean, apparently YouTube is just not at all stable tonight. So I keep thinking that it's going to get itself sorted out, but it sounds like it is not. So I don't know if it'll have itself sorted out before we finish the break or not. But again, guys, as soon as I finish it, I will start the upload. You'll know there's 2 different things, of course, that happen. The YouTube archive version becomes available first. It's the fastest almost always. But it'll just say like live stream with nothing else there. It's a Drew Brees insert for the Saints. This is Christian McCaffrey blue scope to 99 for the Panthers. And you'll know the difference between that and when I upload, because when I upload, of course, I put the tags and titles in it. So when I upload it, it will say, you know, eBay 11/6/18, you know, football breaks or whatever. So that's how you'll know that you're watching the uploaded version versus the YouTube archived version. And assuming that YouTube doesn't have any problems with uploads tonight, I'll upload it tonight. Again, if for some reason their service is down to the point where I can't even upload, then I would have to upload in the morning. But I'm going to attempt to do it tonight. There is another Josh Rosen for the Cardinals. This one is an autograph to 149 on a red wave. So you've got a silver Prizm Rosen. You've got an autograph on red wave to 149. And then you've got the RPA in there for him too tonight. Ito Smith to 275 for the Falcons. So if you have the Arizona Cardinals, you have kind of hit the mother load for Josh Rosen here in Prizm tonight, like an impressive number of Rosens. There's a Deshaun Watson insert, Corey Davis die cut for the Texans to 249. To 249, Avantez Burfict die cut for the Bengals. Real Stylo, I just looked over there and saw you typed in something a minute ago. I didn't notice it before you said it's real laggy on your side too. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I mean, I wish YouTube wasn't giving us fits tonight. Usually it's not down this long. Even when it goes down, they usually get it fixed somewhere along the way. Patrick Peterson, Cardinals to 275. So, you know, it'll probably be like the very last box, right? Like we'll be on like the last pack of the last box and it'll fix itself. That'd be about the way it goes. Brandon Graham for the Eagles. That is our silver Prizm from this box. Alex McGough for the Seahawks. I don't really know that player. He's not on my radar, although I think we pulled him once before out of Prizm. Because I vaguely remember saying the same thing, like, who is that guy? Yeah, he'll be like the next Nick Mullins or something. Curtis Martin Hall of Fame insert, Mike Gesicki to 275 die cut for the Dolphins. So apparently we're about to see a nasty little change in the weather, as in It's getting ready to get really cold, and today was so pleasant. Like, it was really nice most of last week, then got kind of chilly over the weekend. And it was nice the first part of this week, and today was yesterday and today both fairly warm. Of course, bad storms last night, but none today. Now they're saying I might have snow here. Snow! By this time next week. Like, what? It is too early in the year for me to be talking about snow, especially because it was probably 60 or 70 degrees today. It was nice out. Tom Brady illumination for the Patriots. Robbie Anderson for the Jets. That is to 275. To 275, that was Charles Clay and the Buffalo Bills. I see a red wave peeking out. It is Mike Hughes for the Vikings. Minnesota, eh? Comes another red wave. Devontae Parker, Dolphins to 149. All of our red waves are to 149. Kalen Ballage and the Dolphins. They seem to have slowed down a little on the Kalen Ballage train. You know, some of the early Panini products this season. Oh my gosh, there was so much Kalen Ballage in it. It was insane. And the same with Jamon Moore. Like, every single product, you would pull Kalen and Jamon at least once and sometimes several times within the same break. They seem to have slowed that down a little bit. We still definitely hit them plenty, but, you know, it's not like we hit them 5 times out of one break or anything. So I think maybe they've got us, you know, sort of settled down with the amount of those anyway. AB, Antonio Brown, Steelers, orange die cut to 249. Rookie introductions, Saquon Barkley. Those, of course, again, are not numbered, but they are refractors. And, what is wrong with my sleeves tonight? Every once in a while, you get a bad pack. We're going to put that in the sleeve right now instead of waiting on it. Might as well, because we've got to put this in one with Shaquem Griffin and the Seahawks, numbered to 25. I like that kid. So I think that's pretty cool to hit Shaquem to 25 is not a bad deal at all. Wish it had been signed, of course, but Braxton Berrios, we have a silver prism out for the New England Patriots with the Berrios. Isaiah Oliver autograph hit coming behind that for the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta. I'm surprised that the Cardinals cut Sam Bradford. Like, I'm really kind of shocked by that. They paid that guy so much money. Of course, we figured he was going to get benched because of his, you know, whacked up knee that's always giving him problems. Kansas City Chiefs, Tony Gonzalez. But they actually benched him because he was just playing badly. Leighton Vander Esch, Cowboys, green crystal to 75, or to 99. No, to 75. Wait a minute. Let's just look. Yeah, 75. Oh, lost my mind there for a minute. So, yeah, so they benched him, which, of course, we knew when Josh Rosen took over. It was inevitable anyway. It was always going to be Rosen's team ultimately. I think they just thought he could maybe sit behind Sam Bradford and learn for a bit. And you better believe everybody's going to want to do that now after the way Pat Mahomes is playing this year after setting out last year and learning. But anyway, no, they just kept Bradford altogether, which, I was a little surprised. Because what happens if something goes wrong with Rosen? Then where are they sitting? DJ Moore to 199. That is a red wave for the Carolina Panthers. See, that one is one that's different. See, to 199 on the autograph red waves, and the regular red waves that aren't autographed are to 149. Instant Impact, Lamar Jackson, Ravens. Die cut, Aaron Rodgers for the Packers to 249 in the orange parallel. A die cut in the blue parallel, Luke Falk and the Tennessee Titans. That is to 199. We have 8 down, 4 to go. There are still 2 redemptions, both sitting right there in our housekeeping area that we will have to flip over and check out at the end of the break to find out what kind of fabulousness we have waiting for us there. Hopefully will be worth our wait. I'm kind of wondering if anybody is watching live, which you may not be now, given all the YouTube issues. But if somebody is watching live and you also happen to have on the Duke UK basketball game and you feel so inclined as to tell me how badly we're getting thumped, you know, feel free. Scott just came in and told me we were getting thumped, but he didn't ever give me the score. Gave me what Duke scored, but not us. Jerome Baker for the Dolphins, 149, red wave. But I'm guessing it must be pretty bad. Roger Staubach, Hall of Fame for the Cowboys. Ray McLeod and the Bills, 275. And we have a little autograph, Nick Chubb to 75 coming out for the Browns. You already pulled your nice Denzel Ward. Here comes a Nick Chubb green crystal to 75 to go alongside it. Yeah, if we can find your Baker Mayfield, the Browns will be all set. That's an AB die cut for the Steelers to 199 in the blue parallel. Rookie introduction, Christian Kirk for the Cardinals. Andrew Luck die cut to 249, orange parallel Colts. I'm really not used to you guys not being in chat. It's kind of freaky. It's like tumbleweeds rolling down the street sort of thing. It's like, daggone you, YouTube. And your stupid problems tonight. To 275, it's Chris Hogan and the Patriots. To 25, it's Chandler Jones and the Arizona Cardinals, who really have had a really good break. Cardinals have had a lot of hits in here tonight. Which it is a little feast or famine, I think, sometimes for Arizona. They either hit a lot or they don't hit much. There's not a lot of middle ground. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos on a silver prism. But really, that's probably true of a few teams. There's probably more than one that's a feast or famine type. Christopher Herndon for the Jets to 199, red wave autograph. There is a rewards point card, so you know what that means. One of our hits got replaced by this 250 rewards point card. It's now up in our housekeeping area as well, because we will be using random.org to give that out at the end of the break, along with any other points cards that we might find between now and the end of the night. So we have it and our 2 redemptions so far in our little TBD area, to be determined housekeeping area. Wow, Browns. Here is another Nick Chubb. So Cleveland is kind of rocking right on along tonight. Can't argue with those results. Demaryius Thomas to 275. You know, I saw that Bruce Arians said the only job in the NFL he would take was the Browns. So I thought that was really interesting. Of course, Arians retired, last year before last. Anyway, that would be interesting, wouldn't it, if Bruce Arians ended up in Cleveland. Instant Impact, Kerryon Johnson for the Lions. Then we have a blue scope, Antonio Brown for the Steelers to 99. And that's the end of that box. We are 9 down, 3 to go. In the crazy world of Prizm. Now all these are trying to slide around and be crazy. Please sit there. Please sit there and stop sliding. They didn't slide off, like away, gone, far, far away, but they're just trying to move around on me more than I want them to. I want them to sit there and behave themselves. That is a hype Dak Prescott and blue scope Dak Prescott right behind it, numbered to 99, of course. All our blue scope is to 99. An Instant Impact Darius Geis. A die cut Darius Geis. Are we detecting a pattern? It's like we're seeing the same player kind of back to back on various inserts and things in that pack. Weird, huh? A little weird, a little weird. That's numbered to 75. Carson Wentz and the Eagles with the green crystal parallel. To 275, that's Lasley and the Ravens. So apparently John Harbaugh is a little bit on the hot seat up there in Baltimore. I really don't know that they'll ever fire him, though. I mean, the bottom would have to just drop completely out, I think, for them to fire Harbaugh in Baltimore. I don't know. That might be another place where if they keep trending downward, we might see a little more Lamar Jackson. Can only see him right now in special packages, but you know they're going to be coming out from under Flacco as soon as they can get away from that gigantic contract they gave him. Ito Smith and the Falcons, red wave to 199, which I think is after either this season or next season, that Joe Flacco contract they can get themselves out from under. And I bet you they do right away. Dalton Schultz to 99, Cowboys, blue scope autograph. And then we'll get a chance to see what Lamar's really got going on. Marshawn Lynch, silver Prizm for the Raiders. Another sleeve splitting down the side. Come on, you stupid sleeves. Rasheem Green, Seahawks autograph. Another red wave up and coming. This one is Cam Newton for the Panthers. Carolina. I think Carolina won this weekend, didn't they? I think they did. So I guess Kyrie got fined. What did it say? Was it $25,000 or $50,000? I keep getting confused because of the, the 50s in my head over the points. So last night, the Nuggets were playing the Celtics, and Jamal Murray just went off. This is what, his second, third year with the Nuggets? Third, maybe? No more than second, but I think third season with the Nuggets. And he just went off, hit 48 points. Stallback and the Cowboys Hall of Fame, that's to 275 for the 49ers with the guy whose name I can't pronounce behind that. Then we have an orange die-cut Calais Campbell for the Jags. So, yeah, so Murray goes off for 48 points, and the game is, well in hand. Denver's going to win. Not by a huge amount, but, I don't know, they're up 8 or 10 or something. Enough that you know that they're going to win. And so it looks like Murray's just going to hold the ball and let the clock run out. Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys to 199 die cut. And then right at the buzzer, he like lets a ball rip. That's a trifecta for Prizm for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and a Stephon Diggs blue die cut to 199 for the Vikings. So yeah, he lets one fly like right at the buzzer because he wants to get to 50 points, right? So like the Celtics took exception to that because they thought that was in very poor form and poor sportsmanship, I guess, to, you know, take that shot at the end of the clock when it was obvious the Nuggets were going to win the game. So Jamal Murray wanted the game ball, right? Because like he had a career game. But Kyrie Irving is the one who has the ball after the game is over, and he was so mad at Jamal Murray taking the last shot that he took the ball and threw it in the crowd, like way up in the crowd, so that Jamal Murray had no chance to get it. So then the NBA fined Kyrie today, and I can't remember if it was $25,000 or $50,000. As I said, I've got the 50 stuck in my head because of, you know, the fact he was trying to get the 50 points, but so then, of course, you know, Kyrie's coming out talking about, oh, what a punk move that was on, that's not the word he used, but you can imagine, fill in the blank. But what a punk move it was for Jamal Murray to do that and blah, blah, blah. And the Celtics will be seeing him again and, you know, that sort of stuff. Meanwhile, poor little Jamal Murray's coming out in the news media going, look, man, I wasn't any disrespect. But I was at a 48-point game. It was, you know, career game. I wanted to try to hit 50, which you would think anybody could understand. I mean, he's a young player. It was exciting for that kid. Cedric Wilson Jr. for the Cowboys autograph. But I did think it was really crappy of Kyrie. I mean, knowing that Jamal wanted to keep the game ball, so he tosses it up into the crowd, was also kind of a really poor sportsman-like sort of move, in my opinion. Kalen Ballage and the Dolphins silver Prizm. Riley Ferguson autograph for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Joe, yes, Joe, you must have come in late, and so you might not know this, but YouTube is having terrible problems tonight. And apparently the video is lagging and jumping in and out and going offline and coming back. Dak Prescott insert. And this is Kelvin Benjamin in the Bills blue scope to 99. And YouTube has been having problems all evening, apparently all across the eastern U.S. And yes, unfortunately, there's no way to avoid it. We did have a discussion earlier. This is Derek Carr and the Raiders Illumination before we actually started on the break, if we wanted to break it or if we wanted, you know, to go for it or if we wanted to wait, and everybody said go for it, so that's what we're doing. Tom Brady die cut for the Patriots to 249. But for sure, I know it is a frustrating experience to try to watch it live. Corey Davis to 275. Because of those problems that YouTube is having on a national scale, or at least a semi-national scale. But of course, I will upload the video right after the break, assuming that YouTube will allow me to upload it, that their technical issues do not prohibit that or prevent that. It'll be uploaded right after the break. There'll be 2 parts to the video. So there'll be one video that's relatively short. That'll be the mini helmets and flawless basketball. And then there'll be a second video where it will be this Prizm football. Instant Impact Darius Geis to 249. That's a die cut from Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Hall of Fame insert Staubach and the Cowboys to 149. That's a red wave. Jay Ajayi for the Eagles. So yeah, guys, once again, I'm sorry. I know it's not fun to be in this circumstance with YouTube acting crazy like it is. I wish we could get that in a little better shape, but sadly that one's out of our control. Ito Smith for the Falcons. And it is a little bit unusual that it's been going on as long as it has. They do usually get it fixed a little faster. James Washington and the Steelers, that is a green crystal numbered to 75. We are closing in on it here, on getting finished up with the break part anyway. So 275, that's perfect for the Bengals. And a die cut Russell Wilson for the Seahawks, number 2, 199 in the blue parallel. To 149, I apologize, that went right off the pile there and onto the mat, but it doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear, having sidetracked itself there. That is Hayden Hurst in a red wave for the Ravens, numbered to 149. So we're headed to the last box. So guys, it is last box mojo time. I keep knocking stuff over tonight, my goodness. So for those of you who might not have done a break with me before, this is the time where we all work our collective mojo when we get to this last box, and we try to really bring the fire, bring the heat, see what we can find. And you know what? A lot of times it works, and we'll pull some really good stuff out of the last box. It doesn't work every time, but it works a lot of times. So see if we can make that happen tonight. And of course, keep in mind, after we look through the last of these cards, we are still going to have 2 redemptions sitting right up here, left to flip over, so that we'll have a couple of hits there waiting to see what they will be. And we also have that 250 Panini Rewards Point card that will be going out by way of random.org to one lucky team tonight. Die cut to 199 for the Bills. That was the blue parallel. And the Steelers finally getting involved here late. It's Terrell Edmonds for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nice little autograph hit there. Right about the time the Steelers had given up on this break. We still had one for you. Our silver Prizm is Simmie Cobbs Jr. for the Redskins. Behind that, I see an autograph coming, or what I believe is going to be an autograph coming for the Eagles. That is numbered to 199. It is Josh Adams in a red wave to 199. I think I already said to 199, didn't I? I said it in my head, so probably I said it out loud. Oh, Kerryon Johnson. There's another nice one. That one is out for the Detroit Lions, who were probably also, they were starting to sweat things out a little bit as we got to the last box. But there's your man, Kerryon Johnson, coming out there in the end to save the day. All right, let's stop and look at these, and then we'll open up those last few packs there. Instant Impact Christian Kirk for the Cardinals, a Ray McLeod to 249 for the Buffalo Bills in the orange parallel die cut. There's an Illumination Le'Veon Bell for the Steelers. Michael Crabtree die cut for the Ravens to 249. Yeah, Le'Veon doesn't have very many more days left to show up. I'm assuming he will show up in time to preserve his free agency for next year, since that's his main goal. I don't think he has a lot of days left till he has to be in the building if he wants that to happen. Odell Beckham Jr. hype insert, a Deontay Burnett blue scope for the Titans, numbered to 99. So I guess we'll find out pretty soon what's going to happen with him. Josh Norman to 275 for the Redskins. I.e., whether he'll actually show up or whether he'll just skip the whole year. But it'd be stupid for him to skip the whole year because he'd end up right back in the same spot. To 275 Cowboys. Because, you know, then the Steelers would just be able to slap the franchise tag on him again next year. Like, how dumb would that be? He would have gained nothing. So you figure he's really got to be back in time to preserve that free agency for next year. So he has to report before, either before week 10 or during week 10 and before 11. I don't know. Anyway, it's right around this time frame. Not too far in the offing. Of course, they'll make a roster exemption for him, so they don't have to pay him very much for the first 2 weeks. And then by the time you get him back on the field, like, who's going to care? Sam Bradford to 25 for the Arizona Cardinals. I don't know. And I'm not sure he's done himself any favors either. Because, I mean, you know, the more you're not out there playing, like, sure, people are going to remember he's good. It's not like no one's going to want him in free agency. But at the same time, there are other people emerging. And you got to think, you know, that might hurt his stock a little, you would think. Nick Chubb to 149 Red Wave for the Browns. Maybe not. I guess we'll find out soon enough. A trifecta for the 49ers. A Denzel Ward to 275 for the Browns. And that is the last of it. But we have a few things left to handle. So let's get that ready to rock and roll here. So we'll be recapping our autograph hits here in a bit. But first off, we've got these things left to do. So we're going to flip these 2 redemptions. We will most likely know the teams as soon as we flip them over. But to be on the safe side, we'll also go to the Panini website and verify the teams using their checklist, because that's kind of how I roll. So we'll be doing that after we take a look at them. And then we'll be using random.org to give out our 250 Panini rewards points as well. So first up, it is Dante Pettis with a rookie autograph Prizm. And Dante Pettis, of course, is going to be the 49ers. I don't think that will be numbered, but the Panini website will tell us if it is when we look it up momentarily. And then we have Baker Mayfield. Oh, the Browns really did end up doing quite well tonight. So I think they pretty much hit all their rookies. And right there at the end with the Baker Mayfield. So let's head over here to the Panini website. These are both the same card set, just rookie autographs Prizm. One is card number 1, that's Baker, and then card number 18 there is Dante Pettis. So let's go ahead and get ourselves over here and verify the teams for those 2 players so we can get the redemptions locked up and out of the way here. All right, well, I already forgot what I said. Rookie autographs Prizm. Good grief. So come on and load. So yeah, not numbered. So if these were going to be numbered, guys, right over there in that area is where it would tell us what they were going to be numbered to. So it's an unnumbered Prizm autograph. There you see Baker Mayfield verified as the Browns, which we expected him to be. And then we come on down here for Dante Pettis, and we can verify him as a 49er as we expected it to be. So those 2 are done. We'll put them over here in our recap pile, which is going to bring us to our 250 Panini Rewards Point card. So here's what's going to happen there. We're going to head over here to the spreadsheet. And from here, I'm simply going to copy all of our team names. And then I'm going to paste them into random.org. I got to move you over there first so I don't forget to move you. Now I'm coming along behind you. So what's going to happen is this. We've got 32 items in here, so I only do random 1 time when we have a list with 10 or more items. If we have a list with 10 or fewer, a lot of times I'll do random 3 times, or pretty much always I will. But on this one, 32 items, we're going to do it a single time. So I'm scrolling through here. You can see that each of our teams was in fact pasted in here as expected. So good luck, everyone. Whoever comes out in position number 1 is going to get that card. And it comes up to the Jets. The New York Jets are going to be taking home this little 250 points card. I put it in a sleeve. You probably saw me do that earlier. That's so I could write on it. So I didn't write directly on your card. Not that it really would matter, but for some reason, for some people, it does matter. So it's in a sleeve, and there you go. So let's recap it, guys. We have the 250 rewards points that was awarded to the Jets using random.org. A Baker Mayfield redemption for the Browns. A Dante Pettis redemption for the 49ers. Simi Cobbs Jr., Redskins. Kerryon Johnson, Lions. Josh Adams for the Eagles in the Red Wave. Terrell Edmonds, Steelers. Ito Smith, Falcons. Riley Ferguson, Buccaneers. Cedric Wilson Jr. for the Cowboys. Rasheem Griffin, Seahawks. Dalton Schultz for the Cowboys in the blue scope. Ito Smith, Falcons, Red Wave. Nick Chubb for the Browns. Christopher Herndon for the Jets in the Red Wave. Nick Chubb for the Browns, green crystal. Red Wave, DJ Moore for the Panthers. Isaiah Oliver and the Falcons. Kalen Ballage, Dolphins. Alex McGough, Seahawks. Josh Rosen, Red Wave for the Cardinals. Fred Warner, 49ers. Luke Falk, Titans. Green Crystal, Mark Andrews for the Ravens. Derwin James, Red Wave for the Chargers. Carlton Davis for the Buccaneers. Jordan Akins for the Texans. Danny Etling for the Patriots. Roquan Smith and the Bears. Deshaun Hand and the Lions. John Kelly for the Rams. Derek Noddy for the Kansas City Chiefs. Checkerboard to 49. Josh Rosen, RPA case hit for the Arizona Cardinals, numbered to 99. Denzel Ward for the Cleveland Browns. Carlton Davis for the Buccaneers. Minkah Fitzpatrick for the Dolphins. And Rashad Penny for the Seahawks. So that concludes our break tonight. I will put up spreadsheet information one final time for those of you who might have missed it earlier. And goodness knows that could be just about everybody with all the YouTube issues going on tonight. I would not be surprised. So let's take a look at this. Of course, our free shipping breaks tonight, which were the Leaf Autograph Mini Football Helmets and the Flawless Basketball, those are, in fact, on their own video. They were not part of this video because we stopped in between that break and this break to see if we could get the YouTube issue resolved, and then at that point determined it was, in fact, kind of a system outage over at YouTube. But those two breaks, the free shipping breaks, projected to ship out a week from today, next Tuesday, the 13th. And guys, that's simply because the free shipping stuff is always projected out the door about a week after the fact. Oftentimes I am able to get it out to you sooner than that. And if I can, of course, I certainly will. And the other thing you need to know about if you're in one of those free shipping breaks is this. If your team was not pulled, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. And what usually happens, because those are free shipping breaks, I just simply hang on to all those cards until the next time you have a package going. And then at that point, I would gather up all the consolation cards that you might be due, and I would ship them out to you all at once with that next package. If you're in the free shipping break and you don't want to wait for that and you would like to have your cards sent right away, all you need to do is send me a message on eBay and let me know, and I will gladly get that taken care of for you. Our paid shipping break tonight is Prizm Football. Every team pulled cards of some sort in there. It was a huge break in terms of card count. So you don't really have to worry about consolation cards there. Our anticipated shipping date for Prizm Football is Saturday the 10th. If I can get it out to you faster than that, I will. If something happens and my week gets away from me, it could possibly slide to Monday. But of course, I'm hopeful that I can get it handled for you on Saturday. This is a look at our upcoming breaks, the stuff that's already up and running on eBay that's available for bidding now that will be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. Tomorrow night, of course, a new release day on Wednesday. We're going to open a 9-box inner case of Topps Triple Threads Baseball, which is a new release, and a half case of Donruss Basketball, which is also a new release, and it's been reconfigured for this year. It's got more hits, and it's got more cards per box, fewer boxes per case, but you're going to end up with 1,500 cards in a half case break, so it's still pretty monstrous. On Thursday night, it'll be a half case of Topps Heritage High Number Baseball, and that's the last of the Heritage High Number. Friday night will be Gold Rush Gem Mint Series 2 Football. It's a 12-pack box/case. So 12 packs make up a box, but a box also makes up a case of that product. So you can call it what you want, but that is what you were looking at. Also a 3-box case of Leaf Autograph Full-Size Football Helmets, another 9-box inner case of Triple Threads Baseball, and then the back half of the Donruss Basketball that we start on Wednesday will finish on Friday. On Saturday night, it will be a half case of autographed football jerseys from Leaf, a 12-box case of Bowman Chrome HTA Baseball. That's the jumbo, all hits, no base, 36 autographs in that one. And then a 10-box case of 2017-18 Chronicles Basketball to give you one more shot at some of that historic rookie class from the 17-18 series. And then on Sunday, we're going to start a little early on Sunday too. It will be at 9:15. We'll open a half case of Gold Rush Series 2 autographed basketball jerseys, and then a full 10-box case of Donruss Basketball. But on the 10-box case, what you need to know about that is that veteran base does not ship, okay? So no veteran base going out in the 10-box case. That's a 3,000 card break. That's one of the reasons that veteran base doesn't ship. But veteran base does have its own bidding spot in that particular break. So if you're interested in it, that's where you would want to go for veteran base on the full case break of Donruss Basketball. On the 2 half case breaks, of course, everything will ship out to the teams as normal. So that is it for us tonight, guys. Everything is locked, loaded, recapped, and done. Thank you again for hanging in there. And I am so sorry about all the YouTube problems they had tonight. Hopefully they're going to get those resolved pretty soon. And I guess we are headed out the door for tonight. Thanks once again, everyone. Bye now.